We're at the start line of the Harrogate circuit for the 2019 Road World Championships.
We're going to go ride it and see what the circuit is all about.
Just after the start finish, the racers will turn right onto Otley Road, a 1.5 kilometer drag at a 3.5% average gradient.
This wide straight road will serve as one of the few sections where riders will be able to reposition on the technical 14-kilometer long circuit.
As the road rolls towards the backside of the circuit, we approach the two most critical sections, two single-lane bridges that lie at the bottom of short and technical descents.
These bridges act as perilous pinch points and are immediately followed by steep climbs.
After a sharp initial pitch, the second of these two climbs continues to drag upwards.
Riders who go into the second climb in good position will be able to use this false flat section as an effective springboard for attacks.
After a series of tight turns, the riders will approach the final right-hand bend onto a straight 500-meter run to the line.
A steep ramp out of the final turn leads into a seemingly never-ending drag to the finish line.
That was the circuit. It is as advertised. Tight, technical, narrow. Positioning, I think positioning is going to be so key.
Yeah, and the roads are, I wouldn't say they're rough, they're smooth, but it's a heavy circuit. We bumped into the U.S. national team members Michael Garrison and Gianni Lamperti. They were talking about these chip-sealed roads here in Harrogate. Garrison was talking about riding, 20K an hour and pushing 220 watts. If you're in the middle of the field, you're not going to be saving as much energy drafting as you would on a smooth road.
Yeah, which made me happier to hear that because I felt like I was going very slow and I wasn't just sure if that was because I hadn't ridden in a week or not.
I think it was maybe the amount of porters that we've drinking.
That too. No. It was the road. Michael said it was the road.
Other thoughts on this circuit? Positioning is key, but I think team strength and team positioning is going to be key as well. If there is a split, riders are going to look around, see what teammates they have with them, and whatever team has the highest number of teammates is going to go to the front and push the pace.
Yeah, and what's really tricky and kind of cool about this circuit is the two most technical parts on the circuit are the most crucial, I would say, as far as how the race goes. You have these descents into these tight, narrow bridges, and, they're technical descents going into the bridge, and if a crash happens over that, everybody's going to be fighting for wheels going into that. If a crash happens, the road's going to be blocked, and you're going to be a minute back on the guys already charging up the hill because these bridges are followed immediately by the two climbs on the circuit.
Yeah, I don't think we should say if a crash happens. I think we should say when a crash happens, the riders that are up front are going to be out of sight.
Yeah, and teams are going to play a really big role in this circuit ultimately because it is the men race, 14 circuits?
Yeah.
I think strong teams are going to have their domestiques at the front early and just trying to keep this race under control as they enter the circuits because it's not sustainable to race and fight for positions and just have the chaos for 14 times around this circuit. Really the first half of it, I think it needs to be really controlled by the major teams like Belgium, Italy, and then after that, that's when it's probably going to get a little bit chaotic.
Yeah, I think the men's elite race certainly will be more controlled, but the juniors, the under 23, even the elite women is going to be a lot more chaotic, a lot more open racing, and frankly, I think a bit more exciting for sure. I saw some riders saying that, this course was dangerous, borderline, it shouldn't even be used.
Yeah, Jan Bakkelands was quoted saying he did not think that the course was very responsible after his mixed team time trial relay attempt. I don't know. I think that it's a perfectly fine course. It's definitely going to favor a rider like Matthew van der Poel. There's no way around it. If you are comfortable riding on tight technical roads, especially in the wet, which it is probably going to be for the rest of the week, then yeah, you're going to be at a massive advantage. If you don't like this close, technical, tight racing, this is realistically just not the race for you.
Yeah, the World Championships is where we deem our top bike racer in the world, and bike racing is not just being able to pedal a bike hard, it's also being able to drive a bike really well, being able to position well, and being tactically astute. So I think we will see a true world champion out of this course.
Yeah, and it's going to be an exciting race, really all of them. I can't wait to see the packs take to this circuit. Yeah, we're in store for a lot of exciting racing coming up the next few days.
Absolutely.